We're going to start off by doing a hip stretch. So we're going to come into a nice low lunge and we're going to tuck our pelvis under and lean forward into that hip. So you're only going to come to the point where you feel a nice gentle stretch. You don't want to come too far that you feel pain. And you're going to do three nice deep breaths here. So breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Then what we're going to do here is we're going to come forward. We're going to walk the foot out to the side ever so slightly, lean forward a little bit more and then push our knee out to the side. So we can tip onto the outside of our foot and this will just open out our hip a little bit more. So again, do some nice deep breaths here. You can also, if you have the ability to, come down onto your forearm and do the stretch in the same position. So just go wherever is comfortable for you. And then come back to centre. Walk your hands up. We're going to walk our foot across the body. We're going to come into a nice pigeon stretch. So extend that leg out behind you, nice and flat. Come up into a nice tall position. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Take some deep breaths here. And then if you can, try to slowly walk yourself down onto your forearms. And then if you can go a little bit lower, you can even walk yourself down to place your forehead on the ground. Just take some really nice deep breaths here. Remember to keep the foot flexed so you're protecting your knee. You'll feel a nice stretch down the outside of your glute of the leg that is bent. So when you're ready, what I want you to do is just start to really slowly push yourself up. And then we're going to walk ourselves back into that nice tall position. And then we're going to flip round onto the outside of our bum. We're going to bring the feet together in the middle. And we're going to just butterfly those knees out to the side. So really nicely open up those hips. And then when we're ready, we're going to find some stillness and start to slowly tip forward over our feet. Open up those hips a little bit more. Taking some nice deep breaths here, keeping a nice flat back. Don't collapse forward. Keep it nice and controlled the whole time. Then we're going to come back up. We're going to flip round to the other side. And we're now going to come into a nice low lunge on the other leg. So we're going to do the same sequence. We're going to stretch out that hip flexor. We're going to take 3 nice deep breaths here. Stretching out that hip. Really lovely through the front of that hip. Nice. And then when we're ready, we're going to move forward. And we're going to push that knee out to the side. If we can, we're going to come down onto our forearm and we're going to open out that hip out to the side. Nice deep breaths here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to come back to centre, walk ourselves up if we're on the ground, walk that foot across the body and come into a nice pigeon stretch. So walking yourself nice and high, nice and tall, nice and proud. Taking some deep breaths here. And then when we're ready, we're going to try and walk ourselves down, if we have that, to our forearms or all the way down to place our head onto our hands or onto the ground. So keeping that front foot nice and flexed to keep that knee nice and protected. Really deep breathing here into the tightness that will likely be in your glute. So the outside of that bent leg should feel a nice deep stretch here. So take some deep breaths in and exhale all of that tension from your body. And then when we're ready, we're going to ever so slowly walk ourselves back up. We're going to flip ourselves round onto our bum And then we're going to lay ourselves back onto our back. So we're going to very slowly come down onto our back. We're going to put one leg in the air, have the other leg bent. We're going to put our hands behind our calf, and we're going to ever so gently put pressure on our calf or the back of our leg, wherever we can reach without putting ourselves off the ground. And we'll have a nice stretch to our hamstring. We can also stretch out that bottom leg for a bit of an extra challenge here today as well. Maybe do some nice circles with the ankle one way and then the other way. Nice. I want you to take a deep breath in and then try and move a little bit deeper into the stretch. And then release that leg down. We're going to pop it across the other leg. Put our hands through our knees, thread the needle, and pull our leg in towards our chest. You can push your elbow into your knee for a bit of a deeper stretch here, and this will be giving us a nice stretch down the outside of the glute of the leg that's crossed over the knee. So this will be a lovely deep stretch here. One more breath. Then slowly release this. Swap legs. So we're going to put the other leg up in the sky, having that other leg bent or stretched out in front of us. Start to do some nice circles with that ankle. One way and then the other way. Take a deep breath in. See if you can pull that leg a little bit closer to you to get a deeper stretch down your hamstring. Only go to the place it feels comfortable, never go to the point of pain. And then very slowly release that leg back down. Cross it over the other leg. Thread the hands through the knees and grab the back of your leg. Very gently pull that leg in towards your chest, using the elbow to push out into the other knee, feeling a nice stretch down the outside of the glute of the crossed over leg. Take a nice deep breath here. See if you can pull a little bit closer on the exhale. And then ever so slowly release those legs back down. When you're ready, I want you to roll over to your side and then push yourself up nice and gently. We're then going to come into a frog stretch, so we're going to come onto all fours and we're going to come sideways onto the mat. We're then going to take our legs out and lean forward into a stretch. So make sure that your feet are flexed to protect your knees and just stretch out the inside of those hips. When you've done a few breaths here, walk yourself up nice and slowly. Bring those feet behind you, you can walk yourself back. And then take a couple of deep breaths. Just relax yourself, roll your neck out. And thank your body for everything that it does for you on a daily basis.